How's it going, everybody? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install this new ceiling fan and remove your old one. We're going to start by removing the old one, but I'm going to say this before anything happens in this video. Make sure before you get near any wiring or anything like that, that you turn the breaker switch off for your ceiling fan. You don't want to get zapped. It's never good unless you want a new hairdo. Oh, if you already took the old ceiling fan out and you just want to skip ahead to me putting this new one together, then I'll leave a annotation or link somewhere on the screen here where you can skip ahead and see that. But first, let's start by taking out the old fan. Now, a few tools you're going to need to take the old ceiling fan out. Obviously, you're probably going to need some screwdrivers, whether that be flathead or Phillips. You're going to want some wire strippers if you need them, depends on your connections. You are definitely going to need a step stool unless you are 8 feet tall. And other than that, you should be good to go. Now, once again, you are going to want to make sure your breaker box switch is turned off the ceiling fan. So for this old fan, first thing that needs to be done is there are 2 screws right here and right here that need to be taken off so we can get this cover off. There isn't a lot of space under here unless you have an extended drop, so I'm having to use a tiny screwdriver, and you're probably going to need one too. Just move the fan over to the side and give you a little bit more room. You might still have to go at an angle, but you can still unscrew it like this. Alright, so the next step is to take out these screws holding up, let me see, make sure you can see this here, holding up the mounting bracket right here, and there's one right back on the other side as well. So we're going to be taking those out, and once again, you just need a screwdriver to do that. So unfortunately, I didn't get the footage of me taking the last bit of the fan off. But what I did is I took the bracket that's holding the fan up off, and then I held the fan with one hand as I unscrewed the wire nuts with the other hand. You might want to have someone help you though, because the fans are pretty heavy with the big electric motors that are in them. Alright, so first things first, you're just going to want to lay everything out. Make sure you have everything. You'd hate to get halfway through building it and then realize you don't have something that you need. So just make sure everything's in the box. A couple tools you might want to have. It depends on what comes with your particular ceiling fan, but just a couple good things to have around are just some wire cutters and just some screwdrivers. Never hurt, just have those laying around in case you need them. A couple other things you might need are some wire connectors or wire nuts and some electrical tape. If you need any of those or anything that I use in this video, then I'll be sure to leave some links down in the description below so you can get some. Once you have everything laid out and ready to go, you can start putting together. Alright, so obviously your fan might not be the exact same model or brand as mine, so if I say something in the video and your manual says to do something different, obviously follow the manual, but the major steps should be fairly similar. I am working with a Harbor Breeze fan, so if you have that brand, then you should be good to go. But first step on mine is to loosen all of the screws on the canopy and remove the 2 in the round holes so that we can remove this plate here. So let's do that real quick. Now the 2 screws that I just took out there, just set those aside for later use. We're going to need those a little bit later. But now the plate should turn and slide right out. Alright, so now we're going to put the new mounting bracket onto the outlet box. Once again, make sure the breaker box is off. Don't want to get shocked. So the next step is to unscrew the motor screws right here and remove these plastic blocks from underneath them. You can throw those away once you're done. Alright, next you're going to want to take your down rod and slide it through the canopy. then from the bottom, you're going to want to slide the yoke cover over that. Once you've done that, you're going to want to place it right on top of the yoke. But first, you're going to want to untangle these wires and feed it through the down rod up through the top. Alright, once you have the wires fed through the down rod, you're going to want to place the down rod on top of the yoke and slide it down. Make sure the holes on the down rod where the pin goes is aligned with the holes on the yoke so that you can place the pin back. And after you get done with that, you're going to want to just tighten these set screws. Alright, so now we're going to actually place the assembled motor unit up onto the bracket here. There's little grooves on the ball of the down rod itself. Make sure they line up and, or at least one of them line up and slide into this little extension there. Alright, so for the wiring, what you want to do is first you want to connect the two green wires together right here, and you're going to want to be using some wire nuts or wire connectors for these. If you need some of those, there's a link in the description for where you can get some good ones. After you do connect the green wires, next, most of the time you're only going to have a black and a white wire coming from your ceiling. And if you do, then you want to connect the white wire with the white wire coming from the ceiling, and then for the black wire coming from the ceiling, you're going to want to take the blue and the black wire from the fan and connect both of those to the black wire from the ceiling. Now, if your wiring is like mine and you have a secondary or a third wire that's a different color, mine's red, then that's a second control for you to switch between your fan and your light. Different power for each of those. So for that, if you have a third wire, you're going to want to connect the blue wire to whatever that third extra wire is, and then the black to the black and white to white. And also, just a little tip, when you're connecting the wires together, make sure the exposed ends of the wires, you just twist the ends of the wires. Makes it a little bit easier, a little bit cleaner to connect them. Alright, once you're done with all the wiring, you have all the wire nuts and connectors on there, you're going to want to get some electrical tape and wrap the entire wire connector all the way down to the wire, just to be safe and protect everything. If you need any electrical tape, you don't have any for a job like this, then once again there'll be a link in the description where you can get some. Alright, once you have all the wire nuts wrapped in electrical tape, you can just tuck these back up into the Allen box here. You aren't going to need to mess with these anymore. Alright, once that's done, you're going to want to take this cover here and the two screws that you left into the bracket earlier. You just want to take this little notch here in the cover. I'm going to slide the cover up onto the screws and then twist so that it is held in place. And then you can tighten those down along with the two screws that you took out earlier in the build. Alright, so for now we're done with the motor of the fan, and we're going to move on to assembling the blades here. Now make sure you have your screws and your washers for your blades, and you can start assembling the mounts and the blades themselves. One thing though, make sure you do start by tightening the middle hole first. Alright, now that you have the fan blades all put together, we can start mounting them to the motor itself. And you're just going to use the screws that we previously used to take out the motor blocks. You can take those back out and start screwing the base mount for the fan blade in. Alright, now that we have the blades installed, we're going to install the lights and the switch housing right here. And to do this, first we have to remove this 3 screws around this plate right here so that we can install the light fixture. And then once we get done with that, we're going to plug the connector from the fan into the connector at the light and tighten down all of these screws. Alright, once you're all done with that and that's in, you can start installing your bulbs. Now the last step is just to put the glass bowl up over the light bulbs. And first thing is we have to remove this pre-assembled bit right here so that we can slide it up onto the fan. We have that off, we can just simply slide the bulb through and onto the threaded piece and then attach it with the washer and nut that we took off. Once you have the glass bowl secured on there, you can take the extra, probably should have done this before, but you can take the other line here to control the your fan, and you can run it through the extra hole here in the bottom of the bowl. One thing I forgot to do was line this hole up with the hole on top, so make sure you do that before you try and put that in there. And then, at least on my model, you can swing this up to the side and bring it back so it can sit right here on this little notch on the mounting bracket. Alright, and then once you have that done, I've already done it, but you can just re-screw back on this little fascia at the bottom and your fan should be done. You can go turn on the circuit breaker and try it out. Hopefully nothing explodes. Alright guys, well I hope this video was helpful, helped you install your new ceiling fan a little bit quicker. If you need anything in this video that you didn't have, then I'll be sure to leave links down in the description below to where you can get some good quality products. But yeah, if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. But I guess that is it. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later.